In the stillness of life, there are moments when the noise of the world fades away, and we are left alone with our thoughts. In those moments, I've often reflected on a great truth that many of us fail to understand. Failure is not the enemy. It is, in fact, the key to success. For many, the word failure conjures images of defeat, of dreams shattered and ambitions crushed. We fear it, we avoid it, and we even feel shame in its presence. But what if I told you that failure, just like a teacher, is not something to fear, but something to embrace? For failure, my friend, is the crucible in which we are forged. Let me share with you a story from the ancient teachings of the Stoics. There was a philosopher named Epictetus who had lived a life filled with adversity. He was born into slavery, and yet he became one of the greatest teachers of his time. His wisdom was not born from comfort, but from hardship. He understood that life would always present obstacles, but he also understood that those obstacles were opportunities. Epictetus taught that it is not the events of our lives that shape us, but how we respond to them. You see, failure is not something that happens to you, it is something that you choose to experience. When you fail, you are presented with two paths. One leads to despair, and the other to growth. Think of a seed planted in the soil. It must first break open, endure the pressure of the earth above, and stretch toward the light. The seed doesn't complain. It doesn't resist. It simply allows the struggle to shape it. In the same way, when you fail, you must allow the struggle to shape you, to teach you the lessons you need to grow. There was a time in my own life when failure felt like a heavy weight on my heart. I was a young man, full of ambition, thinking that success would come easily, just because I wanted it. But life has a way of showing us the truth. I stumbled, I fell, I faced rejection and loss. I wanted to give up. But in that darkness, I remembered the wisdom of the Stoics. I realized that failure was not my enemy. It was the teacher I had been avoiding. I learned that it is not about avoiding failure, but about how we respond when it comes. The Stoics teach us to embrace adversity with grace and mindfulness. We are not defined by our failures, but by how we rise from them. The key to success is not in avoiding the fall, it is in learning to stand up after each one. So how do we respond to failure? We do not resist it. We do not dwell in self-pity. Instead, we ask ourselves, what lesson does this failure offer me? What strength is being forged in this moment of struggle? This is the path to success. This is the way of the Stoic. When you fail, you are given a choice. You can let your failure define you, or you can let it refine you. You can see it as an obstacle or as an opportunity for self-reflection. The Stoics remind us that the obstacle is the way. What seems like a roadblock is often the very thing that forces us to find a deeper strength, a new perspective, a more compassionate heart. It is in our darkest moments that the light of wisdom shines brightest. Remember this: success is not the absence of failure. Success is the willingness to continue despite failure, to learn from it and to grow stronger with each setback. So, I ask you, what will you do when failure comes knocking at your door? Will you turn away, or will you invite it in and ask, what wisdom do you have for me today? The choice is yours. Choose wisely. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. May you find peace in your failures and strength in your journey. Until next time, remember, you are not your mistakes. You are the lessons you choose to learn. If you found value in this message, please subscribe, share your thoughts below, and hit the bell for more wisdom on how to live a life of meaning, mindfulness, and growth. Until next time, may your heart be peaceful and your mind clear.